Hello everybody, this is Cap Coldblood and welcome back to Let's Talk About. Now, this video is a little bit special. This one is going to go over the Halo franchise. So if you've played the Halo game, this is a good video for you. This video is primarily an explanation, I would say, to those longtime fans of Halo, those that have been there since 2001, 2004, since the first two Halo games came out, even 2007 Halo fans. I consider myself a second-generation Halo fan, as in I came in late. I came in after the launch and fall off of Halo 3. I actually got into Halo in 2013, but I'll explain that because I'm going to go through my experience with Halo up to this point in my entire life and tell you why I'm a second-generation Halo fan and why I feel that there's such a divide. I'm going to talk to you veteran fans as well as you new fans. I'm going to talk to both of you, hopefully. So hopefully you fall within either of those categories, either before Halo 3 or after Halo Reach. So let's start talking about how I got into Halo in the first place. Cut back to where I'm 6 years old. I walk in, there is an OG Xbox sitting in the living room of my grandparents' house, and my uncle, who lived close by, loaded up something called Halo Combat Evolved for the first time. I saw the beautiful loading screen, heard the music, selected my blue Spartan, made my profile, and we went in and fought through about half of the game, all the way up until Assault on the Control Room. We got to that point over the course of a few months of going back and forth to their house. So my favorite weapons were the plasma pistol and the needler, because the plasma pistol, I was like, you don't have to waste your battery. And the needler was just cool. It homes in on enemies, and they explode. I think my fondest memory way back then was in Assault on the... the level before that, Silent Cartographer, loading up a full needler and putting an entire clip into the back of a hunter, and he exploded, and it was awesome. So at 6 years old, I had a deeply ingrained love of Halo. I love the music, I love the story, I love the idea of the Master Chief. Now, fast forward 7 years, my parents did not really want me to have a game like that. It was violent, you know, according to most conservative standards. It was relatively violent. The blood was everywhere. For a young kid at my age, like 8 or 9, that probably wouldn't have been the best. If you played it at 8 or 9, lucky dog. But it wouldn't have been the best for me. And I heard the Halo theme randomly in a YouTube video of like top 10 video game theme songs or scores. I heard the Halo theme. And 2 seconds into it, my eyes flashed open. I'm like, oh, it's the Halo theme. I recognize that. That's from my childhood. So at 13 years old, I begged and begged my parents to let me get Halo. Let me have Halo. I tried to convince them. I showed them all types of videos about it. I really got into the idea of Halo, but they continually said no. This was in September of that year when I was 13 years old. Christmas rolls around. I save the biggest box for last. I rip it open. It's a brand new Xbox 360 with Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition and Halo Reach in the Origins Bundle Pack, the Halo Origins Bundle Pack. Oh, it was awesome. I ripped it open and I played through Halo Combat Evolved in 3 days. I sat down on easy and played through it in 3 days, had the time of my life. The Warthog run is still really, really cool. I loved fighting the Flood, as annoying as they were. The library was actually really fun for me back then. All of these different things, it started to give me a true love for Halo. So 3 days I beat Combat Evolved. I take the rest of that day, the third day, to relax and just, whoo, that was awesome. Boom, jump into Halo Reach. Now, that is the second game I played, and it is, of course, the prequel to Combat Evolved. If you played Reach, you know. The thing I didn't know, I had not played Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo 4 had not been out by the time Reach came out, but this was 2014. 13 years old. Yeah, 2012, sorry. I got into Reach the next day after I beat Combat Evolved. I didn't know the ending of the game. That's the thing. I didn't recognize that it was my helmet because I hadn't customized my Spartan at all. I didn't know how to do it, so I just hopped into the campaign. I didn't recognize that it was my helmet smoldering and burning on the ground, and in Halo 2 and 3, they tell you what happens to Reach. I didn't know any of that. So I went into Halo Reach, and I beat it in a week. It took me a week because it was statistically a more difficult game. You know, the assault rifle's not as powerful, the pistol's nowhere near as powerful, different weapons, different play style, really completely different game from Combat Evolved. So, for me, games are not necessarily, like, Reach, I got connected. I liked George. Everybody loves Emil. I liked Carter for being the hard soldier that he had to be. Kat was smart. June was just hilarious. I loved every single Spartan in the fire team, and I started to get, you know, attached to them. And I understand that in Reach, you're supposed to just start forming attachments, then they're supposed to die. It's supposed to be like, you know, realistic and morbid and dark and super just absolute in-your-face sadness. But for me, I get attached to characters easily in games. I really, really like it. Like in my first playthrough of Knights of the Old Republic, I really got attached to Karth, Bastila, and Juhani. All three of those characters were, like, amazing. So all of these different characters I really got attached to. I really liked them. Now, I was kind of sad when George died, but it was like, okay, it's a cool way. And when the Fleet of Particular Justice came in out of Slipspace and just came over Reach, I was shocked. I thought, you know, hey, we've won. You know, hey, we're gonna spend the rest of the time mopping up. Nope. It's 150,000 more ships just warp out of Slipspace, and at that moment, I knew, it's like, wait a second, is there any way we can win this? Are we going to lose this? And at this point, I didn't know it was a prequel to the original Halo. I did not know. But I eventually kept playing through the game. George, of course, was gone. Then Kat died. I was like, oh man. So Reach, and then you play through Reach. When I found Cortana, I was absolutely enthralled. I loved it. And, you know, I'm like, oh, I'm carrying Cortana to... And when you're flying off at the end of the mission where you grab Cortana and save Dr. Halsey, one of my favorite characters in the lore, you hear your Auntie Dot, your AI, saying, UNSC Cruiser Pillar of Autumn is awaiting your arrival. I'm like, wait a second, the Pillar was destroyed on Halo. Wait a second, is this a prequel? Wait, I have Cortana. I'm taking Cortana to the Pillar of Autumn in preparation for Combat Evolved. This was the height of excitement for me. I was like, no way. I put down the controller and freaked out for 5 minutes. And then, you know, Carter gets killed. One of my favorite characters from Noble Team gets killed. All this stuff happening. And I'm going over all of this detail in Reach because I'm going to tick so many people off with this, but it's my opinion. Reach is my favorite Halo game out of the entire franchise. Now, I say this with all the love in the world because I'm going to give 2 and 3 their credence, but screw 2, screw 3, give me my Reach. Because Reach has an incredible story. I know the story is controversial to some people because you guys are so used to Halo 3, and I'll cover that more when I get to 3. But Halo Reach's story, you're not the Master Chief. You're not invincible. You are your own Spartan. You can make them look however you want, and some people insist on making them look like the Master Chief. Why? You're not the Master Chief. That's the whole point of the story. But you are vulnerable. You're a Spartan 3. You're not a Spartan 2. You're not a walking tank. You are a super soldier, but you're vulnerable also. You can't do this without a fire team. That lone wolf stuff stays behind. You cannot do this alone. And it's made very clear at the end of the game where Noble Six dies. He's not alive. He's gone. He's dead. Don't even try. He's dead. Because otherwise that would defeat the whole purpose of everything in Halo Reach. But Reach is my favorite game because you could customize yourself. You could do so many different things in the campaign that were fun, like the Siege of Madrigal and in the nightclub. Flying around New Alexandria was awesome. Now, that's Reach. That's why I love Reach, and I love the way it ended. Now, before I go any further, I feel I should make a detail very clear. I did not have Xbox Live Gold until a year after the release of the Master Chief Collection. Let that settle in. I had not touched Halo multiplayer except for a couple of custom games where I explored the map for a year after the MCC's launch. The reason that's important is because a huge part of Halo, and I admit this today, a huge part of Halo is the multiplayer, and I have had some of the most fun in Halo multiplayer, but I hadn't experienced it until after MCC's release. So, bearing that in mind, Halo 2. For my birthday, the upcoming February, I got the Xbox and Christmas in February. I got the Halo 2 limited edition, like the chrome case with all the extra stuff in it. It was great, and I'm going to tick so many people off. I stuck the game in. I turned it off after 10 minutes. It sucked. The weapons were stupid. The battle rifle was stupid, having grown up with the DMR. The battle rifle was stupid. It wasn't powerful enough. It wasn't long range enough. The SMG sucked compared to the other guns that I'd been able to have access to. The graphics were terrible. This is the original Halo 2. So the graphics just sucked compared to everything. I mean, Combat Evolved's graphics are nostalgic, and I still love them. I still mostly play in classic mode, even though I'm replaying and remastered now. But Halo 2's graphics at the time for me sucked. I just hated it so much. I put it away for 2 weeks, and then finally picked it up and finally played it, and it gave me one of the best Halo experiences I've ever had in my life. It was awesome. It was incredible. I loved Halo 2's campaign because it gave you so many more vehicles. It took Halo Combat Evolved and put it up like 10 levels. It was awesome. Destroying the Scarab, charging the Flood on Installation 05, trying to get to the Index as the Arbiter. My favorite missions are on Delta Halo, Installation 05, when you land as the Master Chief. Those set of missions where you kill the Prophet of Regret. That is my favorite part of the game. I love it so much. And I hated Halo 2 for a while. I'm sorry to say, but I really did hate it. But it is a good game. I still love it. And Halo 2 Anniversary's multiplayer, and Halo 2's original multiplayer, now that I play it on the MCC, that's fixed, it's good. It's great. I like it. It's fun. I really do enjoy it. Big Team Battle on Halo 2, oh, there's nothing better. Now, Halo 3, the Big Daddy, the best in the series. I said before this video really started that I was a new generation Halo fan, and part of the reason I'm doing this is to give a wake-up call to you veterans. I'm not saying I'm right. Don't think this guy's entitled, he knows better than I do. No. You guys who've played Halo during the glory days, I envy you to no extent. Like, I cannot stop envying you because you got to play Halo when everybody else was playing Halo. I picked up Halo 3, and I loved it. I really did love Halo 3. I got into the campaign. I got all the way until you were ready to assault the carrier. I pushed all the way up to the city of Voy. The iconic line, "One final effort is all that remains." I got up to that line, then I stopped for the day. The next day, I sat down from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., and I beat the rest of the Halo 3 campaign. All of it, literally, one sitting. And it was awesome. Halo 3 has the single best campaign of any Halo game. If you want to play through a good campaign, start to finish, like one sitting or like two sittings, Halo 3 has the best campaign, bar none. Don't even try to tell me that Combat Evolved has a great campaign compared to 3. 3 is incredible in the campaign department. The multiplayer sucks. Now, I'm being very honest about my opinions here. I'm being probably a bit too offensive with it, but Halo 3's weapons, the way they work. In Halo 2, it felt easier to get shots. It felt like the shots were landing. In Halo Combat Evolved, it definitely feels like the shots are landing with a 3-shot pistol. In Halo 4, it feels like the shots are landing. In Halo Reach, it feels like the shots are landing. In Halo 5, the shots are landing. In Halo 3, the weapons are projectile. They're not hit scan. So the battle rifle, it's weird. It feels terrible. The battle rifle feels like a pea shooter. I mean, the sniper rifle doesn't feel as powerful anymore. And I know in Halo 2 it wasn't super powerful. But, it doesn't feel as good. So I want to tell you from you veterans, from a new age fan's perspective, a second generation's fan perspective, Halo 3 does not make the series. It is not the overall, for me personally, the campaign is amazing, the multiplayer sucks. For me, overall, the best Halo game is Halo Reach. I have actually had a chance to play Halo 3's multiplayer extensively during the Master Chief Collection's launch. And I know that wasn't the glory days, but it's as close as we can get. So, and I've spoken to a lot of new age Halo fans, a lot of young guys that are like 12, 14, 16, that are around just younger than I am, even younger than I am. The opinion of them towards those who are obsessed with Halo 3, I'm not talking like fans of it, obsessed, like the original 2007 die-hard Halo 3 fans, you're not seen in a very good light. Now, I'm not saying this to make you upset. I'm saying this to help you understand how you come across. You come across as, nothing will ever be as good as Halo 3. You all suck for liking the new stuff. That's how you come across. Now, in individual instances, you can go to someone, and being a Halo 3 obsessed fan, you can go to them and say, hey, this is good, this is bad. I've had conversations with Halo 3 diehards that hate Halo 5, and yet I love Halo 5 for certain reasons. I hate it for others. But, you know, Halo 3 fans don't come off as very good. They come off as old, obsessed fanboys. It really, you're in no better position than some of the kids that play Halo 5 these days. It really, you don't look good in the eyes of the community. Especially with your treatment of Reach. You know, you were overly hard on one of my favorite Halo games. You said everything sucked without even looking at it, you know. And Halo Reach probably was the death of the first generation of Halo fans. I mean, Halo Reach and ODST were really a departure from what you guys had known in Halo 3. So that's when the first generation, I believe, kind of died off, and the second generation started to get going. So, having talked about Halo 3, I love the campaign. Multiplayer, I'm still not comfortable with playing it. I still can barely play it at all. And that's why, on the Master Chief Collection, I have the Halo 3 multiplayer uninstalled, because I do not play it. I don't want to play it, because every single time Halo 3 comes up, everybody always chooses Halo 3. And I'm a little upset about that. It's like, do none of the other Halo games matter? Is Combat Evolved better than Halo 3? Is Halo 2 better than Halo 3? I think in the first department, you know, Halo 3's campaign, no. But the multiplayer is far superior in 1 and 2. I just can't, no. Halo 3, I cannot get into the multiplayer. I've legitimately tried. I've had fun. I've had Capture the Flag, one-bomb assault on Halo 3, Big Team Battles, my favorite game mode. I've had legitimate fun in every single Halo game, including Halo 3, because people chose it so often. It just gets on our nerves, our new age Halo fan nerves, when you just rail on and on about Halo 3 and how good it was and how bad the new stuff is because it's not Halo 3. My message to you veterans, and I hope you haven't clicked off yet, because I'm really trying not to offend you. I'm also trying to be honest for the new age Halo fans that I'm a member of. Be open to change. You really need to focus on accepting some of the new stuff. It's not going to be Halo 3. The golden age of Halo is over. It's done. Halo is another shooter now. So, you need to get over it. So now that lengthy discussion of Halo 3 is out of the way, I'm going to go on to ODST 4 and 5. And I'm going to talk to the New Age fans as well. You're going to get your comeuppance in a second. Halo 3 ODST. I picked it up at the same time as Halo 4. I saw them both for $5 in a GameStop. It was $15 for ODST, $5 for 4. I picked them both up, went straight home, plugged in ODST, played through it once. It was okay, moved on. You know, I liked Halo 3 ODST. I liked the story. And then I moved on. Halo 4 is a much more memorable experience for me. I had Halo 4. The campaign was good. Yes, the campaign was good. It was emotional. The multiplayer was okay at best. I mean, I've still played Halo 4's campaign like multiplayer as little as like 2 weeks ago. And it's okay. It's not good compared to 5, but Halo 4 was okay. It was okay. It was not the best game. Story-wise, it was good. I liked the introduction of the Forerunners. I didn't like the over amount of Knights and Watchers. Stupid Watchers. But, you know, it's a good game. It's a legitimately good game. The gunplay feels good. The pistol feels, you know, relatively powerful in its place. You know, a good mid-range weapon. The assault rifle, the carbine was like, the Covenant carbine was made a particularly good weapon. You know, all this different stuff. Halo 4 was a decent game. It was a good playthrough. Now, moving on to the release of Halo, the Master Chief Collection. Now, I had an Xbox 360 and all of the Halo games up to 4. I got the Xbox One and the Master Chief Collection as together after selling my uncle, who I talked about way early in the video. I talked about him. He had his Xbox stolen years before with all the Halo games in it. So I sold it to my grandparents, who gave it to him as a birthday gift. I used that money to go buy an Xbox One and the Master Chief Collection. For a full year, I played only the MCC, without ODST, without multiplayer. So, I had plenty of time to play every game's campaign and Reach. Does not change my opinion of them. However, I have more hours clocked in Combat Evolved than any other Halo game because it's, of course, my first and one of my favorites. And over time, I got into Halo's multiplayer. I found a 2-day Xbox Gold trial, plugged in my headset that I had just gotten. My first ever game, I remember, was Team BR's on Relic, the Halo 2 remake, a Halo 2 Anniversary remake. And it was fun. We lost terribly, but it was great. I got like 4 kills because I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I was good and I sucked. It was fun. It was a great game. And then I played a ton of Halo 3. It's really, really fun games on Halo 3. Then I played more games on Halo 3. Then I played more games on Halo 3. You see where I'm going with this? It wouldn't stop being Halo 3. And that started to, like, grate on me. Like, can I not play Combat Evolved? And they didn't have the new updated multiplayer matchmaking that they do, which is incredible. I love playing that. But it just got way, way too much. I begged people, like, guys, come on. We just did 4 Halo 3 maps. Can we do a Halo 2 or a Halo Combat Evolved? They're like, no, let's do Halo 3. Because people bend over for Halo 3. That was my favorite quote back in the day when entering multiplayer. I would always enter the multiplayer, get in the lobby, and say, remember, guys, everybody bends over for Halo 3. You know, so moving on from that, Halo multiplayer aside, I got to enjoy it. Halo 5 Guardians. One of the most controversial Halo games in existence because of the inclusion of the Spartan movement abilities, microtransactions, which I never purchased, and all this different stuff. It was really one of the first games to, the first Halo game to depart, really, from all of that was Halo. Now, I got it, it came out in November, I got it in Christmas. I got it Christmas time. So, I played it, I beat the campaign in a week. It was subpar, you know, it's an okay campaign. It was good. It was good. Halo 5's multiplayer is the best in the series. Halo 5's multiplayer is the best in the series. Don't even try to argue with me because Halo 3's is nothing compared to Halo 5's. Halo 5's arena is super competitive. I usually play, like 90% of the time play SWAT. Sometimes I play BTB. Sometimes I play Infection. I played a couple of rounds of Griffball. Griffball is awesome. Warzone and Warzone Firefight, my 2 favorite game modes in the whole of the Halo franchise. Warzone when it came out, and then Firefight. Warzone Turbo was fun whenever it came around. But I always, it was either SWAT or Firefight, SWAT or Firefight. And it was great. It was awesome. I became really good at Halo 5. I went platinum several times. You know, it's not amazing, but hey, I went platinum. A normal guy like me, who never thinks highly of his own gaming skills, went platinum. So, Halo 5's multiplayer is robust. It's sound. I really, really like it. And it's been a while since Halo 5 launched. What has it been like? 2015? It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years! But anyway, so Halo 5 came around. I had so much fun for a long time. I had a squad of friends, you know, the 4 of us, you know, 1 girl, 2 guys who were like almost 50, and then me, who's not even 20, and then this girl who's over 20. You know, we're all 4 an odd bunch. We play, we have a ton of fun, we play for a long, long time. Then like the girl and I have a huge relationship ending event, and we're done. So now it's like after like 2 or 3 months away from Halo 5, I decided to gather my thoughts and really think about everything. So after Halo 5's release, Halo Reach and Halo 3 ODST, I've played through them an insane amount. Like, Halo 3 ODST I've probably beaten over 20 times, and Reach I've beaten over 30 times. And Reach and ODST have become a huge roleplay thing for me. I will get together a squad of 4 friends, and we will roleplay through the entirety of Reach, or we'll roleplay through the entirety of ODST, because it's fun to do that in those games. In Halo 1, you can't do it because it's only like 2 people. Halo 2, same reason. And Halo 3 is like some of you are elites, so it's like, do you want to voice act an elite? Do you want to just still be human? It's weird. So people don't normally do 3. Halo 4 I've role-played through a couple times, and it's fun. It's fun moving through a squad, like barely trying to survive the new Forerunner threat. So Halo, I've role-played through it a lot. That's how it's become in recent years, in the last 2 years. Halo Reach and Halo ODST, as well as a bit of 4, have been really role-play for me. Halo multiplayer, I was never really into until 5. Halo 5's multiplayer is the best in the series because it was designed to be that way. It was designed to be the definitive answer for Halo. If you wanted good multiplayer, Halo 5 is the place for you, even if you're a diehard Halo 3 fan. So, really, just wrapping this up in a package, since we're waiting for Halo Infinite, excuse me, if we're waiting for Halo Infinite, I want it to be a good game, first off. I want it to be high quality. I want it to be long because we've waited 3 years. This isn't Halo 6, but it's a continuation of Master Chief's story. At least that's how I understand it. I want this to be a good game. I want it to be like Halo 5 squad-based. That's the only thing from the campaign I want, because Halo 5's campaign was the first legendary campaign I ever did with those 3 friends. And it was awesome. The squad mechanics were amazing, the revivability. I want it to be kind of like, I want it to be an open world Halo game where you're squatted up with a couple of friends, or you can do it solo, and you run around and just do tons of amazing stuff. Or even if it's like linear, if it's still like open world style but linear, I'd be okay with that. I just really, really want the next Halo game to be focused more around friends, and I want it to have that roleplay ability, because Halo is awesome to roleplay through, and you're not playing as the Master Chief. You can actually make your own Battlefield stories. Some of my favorite stories are the ones that I built with friends on Reach. I played through Reach a ton of times, got to know these friends' characters. These random people from around Xbox. I'd let out a post, hey, need 3 people for a Reach roleplay. We'll start at this time in the morning, set an alarm, let's do this. And we would spend 12 hours playing through Halo Reach together on heroic difficulty. You know, and the Lone Wolf mission was always like, man, that was all of Reach, and we all did it, and we all roleplayed through it. ODST was great. The ending of ODST, barely holding that courtyard while the Covenant just rained death upon us. It was like, man. So Halo has a very soft spot in my heart. Every single game does. And to give like a summation of how I feel about the Halo games, because I went into a lot of detail, Halo Combat Evolved is the granddaddy and one of my favorites. Halo 2 is the perfect Saturday morning game. It is, you sit down on Saturday morning after eating your bowl of cereal and you whip up Halo 2. You have a great time with Halo 2. Halo 3 is the single best campaign in the franchise. The single best story in the franchise. It is an amazing game and a fun game to play through. Halo 4 is the modern Halo. It's the first step into a larger world. Halo 3 ODST is the tactical nerds game. It is a great game for those of us that want a more stealthy experience, and for those of you that don't want to feel invincible. If you wanted Halo to be Metal Gear Solid, then Halo 3 ODST is for you. Halo Reach is the game with friends. It's the game you play with friends. Halo Reach is fun. It's the personalized Halo experience, and it's dark. It's really dark. And then Halo 5. Halo 5 is the quintessential multiplayer experience. If you were to ask me which Halo game is greatest for multiplayer, I'd say Halo 5 every time, because it is the best. It is much better than Halo 3. It's better than 2. It's better than Halo 1. Now, for those veterans that love those multiplayers, I love you, and I love the fact that you still love Halo even this long after launch, but your games are old. It's not that they're bad, they're old. Halo 1 shows its age very badly. Halo 3 even shows its age very badly. I feel like I'm walking everywhere. It's the guns don't feel right. You know, it's still a good game, and like I said, I love it. But to give you perspective, you are old. Your games are old. And a final word to those veterans that still love the old games. First off, my heart goes out to you. I know that the old games are great, and I love you, and I love you for sticking by them. But you've either got to get back on with Halo, you've got to start playing the new ones, or you're just going to fade out. You're just going to be forgotten, and you're going to be old men sitting in the back of the nursing home complaining about how the good old days are gone. Because we are moving on. We are ready for the future of Halo. And if you don't want to be here for that, then just put the controller down and don't come back. But if you do come back, you do decide to come back to Halo, we'll be waiting for you with open arms, ready to show you old dogs some new tricks. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.